Ignition sequence start. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Alright, you're probably wondering how we got here. Well, to answer that question, we're going to rewind a bit.
It's one small step for man.
Whoops, too far. That's more like it. In January of 2023, 16 elite students were handpicked for Dr. Carson Slaybaugh's Propulsion Design Build Test course at Purdue University's Zucrow Labs, the world's premier academic propulsion laboratory. This year's challenge? A fierce competition between two teams to create a gaseous oxygen, gaseous methane rocket engine with the highest thrust-to-cost ratio in only 16 weeks. The stakes are high, as the engine must survive 2 hot fires and produce a minimum average thrust of 200 pounds force over 2 seconds for each hot fire. The only constraints are a $1,500 budget, the high-pressure facilities available at Zucrow, and the creativity and ingenuity of the team. With the requirements set, the teams set off to work. In this video, we'll take you through the design, build, and test phases for Team Frugal Fire. In order for our design to converge, we had to iterate on our injector plate design, our facility's pressure budget, and our thrust chamber assembly design. Again, and again, and again. After all the iterations and engineering debates, this is what we ended up with. Starting upstream, we have 2 ring manifolds, one for oxidizer and one for fuel. The material of choice for the ox manifold was brass, because it's cheap and non-reactive with oxygen. 1018 low-carbon steel was chosen as an inexpensive material for the rest of the engine. Just downstream of the fuel manifold is the injector plate. It features 8 triplet impinging jet injector elements organized in a radial pattern, and this was chosen for optimal mixing of the propellants. Additionally, we added a ring of fuel film cooling holes to help reduce the thermal loads on our wall. Finally, we have the thrust chamber assembly, consisting of the combustion chamber and the converging-diverging nozzle. We selected a combustion chamber length that was long enough for adequate propellant mixing, but short enough to promote manufacturability. We double-checked our flow using computational fluid dynamics, and then added an 80% bell nozzle downstream to perfectly expand our flow. In an additional effort to manage thermal loads inside of our combustion chamber, we selected a zirconium oxide thermal barrier coating to be applied to the inner surface of the TCA. With the design finalized, it was time to get building. Most of the manufacturing was outsourced to the Aerospace Sciences Lab at Purdue, but we performed the CAD, toolpathing, and manufacturing of the injector plate ourselves. We're especially proud of this part because every team member played an integral role in bringing the injector plate from conceptual design to a finished part. Once all of our parts had been manufactured, we applied the thermal barrier coating to our thrust chamber assembly and got to work mounting our engine into the test cell. We connected tubing for our propellants, our igniter, and our nitrogen purge system, and finally, it was time to test.
12, 11, 10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Although we set a small patch of the Purdue Airport lawn on fire, our engine produced an average of 307.9 pound-force of thrust. Our costs totaled $652.40, bringing our thrust-to-cost ratio to a commendable 0.47 pound-force per dollar. As you can tell from the fire on the ground, our test didn't go as well as we had hoped. Despite our cooling efforts, the throat of our nozzle melted, sending molten metal downrange. Furthermore, after conducting some rocketry forensics, we found some appreciable combustion instabilities in our chamber. At this point, The exact cause of the off-nominal performance is unknown, but some hypotheses include machining discontinuities from our design, a hard start, and overestimating the effectiveness of the film cooling layer and thermal barrier coating. Nevertheless, there was a lot to learn from this data, and it brought about some interesting combustion instability discussions with our advisors that we would not have otherwise had if the engine had performed perfectly. Team Frugal Fire would like to extend a huge thank you to Dr. Carson Slayball, Dr. Rohan Geji, Purdue Propulsion, and Zucor Laboratories for giving us the amazing opportunity to participate in this project and providing us with their expertise. We would also like to thank the machinists at ASL, the peer mentors at the Bechtel Innovation and Design Center, and anyone else who has contributed to our success. It was a tremendous learning experience and a whole lot of fun. We have all grown a lot as young, aspiring rocket scientists, and can't wait to see what future design build test teams will accomplish. Thanks for watching.